Okay, we're on the air.
Okay, fantastic. I am excited to participate with all of you in a training of how to deliver an Express Your Why workshop in a virtual environment. So that's what we're focused on today. And we are creating a company. The company was created by Lonnie and I earlier this morning. And since I wasn't 100% sure who was going to show up, except Becca. I knew Becca was going to be here for sure. And therefore, the name of our company this afternoon is called Becca's Awesomeness.
Woohoo! All right.
Becca's Awesomeness is our company. And I have a new technology. So in case any of you end up doing demos like this for other coaches, we have a new groovy way that Lonnie and I, well, actually Lonnie came up with this morning, of entering new individuals into the system. So it looks like this. Obviously, we need to add some people into Becca's Awesomeness. So in order to have, so this is just something good to know if we're ever doing this later and you're doing demos and you need to create something that you can, that you don't have to worry about the fact that this email address may have been taken up. As you can see, the email over here is Becca95 because today is 9/5. So tomorrow will be Becca96 or 97 or so on. So as we build this out, now with all of you, which I'm going to do right now, this looks like this. Beth, last name, and this is going to say, okay, hold on, Beth95 at yengine.com, and then these all go to a safe place. Beth, password, Beth. Everybody with me so far? I'll repeat that again with the next person. And Beth is instantly added, no problem. So we'll move on to Christine. And it will be Christine. Come on. 95 at yengine.com. Because the system, apparently, the way it's built, it cannot input the same email address twice. It confuses all kinds of stuff in terms of the business intelligence in the system. Therefore, we have this new, I have to think, whenever I spell Jim's last name, I have to think.
Yeah.
Jim, and
well
this
done.
will work. Going forward, we can always use this nomenclature right here when adding users in a demo environment. So, Michael, well, that's interesting. And then we're going to go here, Michael95 at yengine.com. And this afternoon, we're just going to assume, obviously, that we have already completed the Discover Your Why workshop. So most people are already familiar with all of this. They've already been through stage 1 with us, and now we're moving into stage 2. And here we go. So there we go. We have our company. Am I missing anybody that may have joined since I'm not looking at the screen anymore?
Nope, you got it.
Okay, cool. So obviously, if this were a Discover Your Why workshop, we would explain that this is the admin account, which is Becca's account, because she is the visionary of Becca's Awesomeness. We would talk about the Resource Center. If the Y Discovery app were live, we would talk about that for being used for rank and file and how that happens. And then we would go into the Y Discovery process. We've already done the, oh, you know what? Hey, Fede, can you hear me? Fede? Okay. He's probably locked in video editing mode.
I'm here, Ridge.
Okay. I think on this page right here where it says Welcome to the Y Discovery Workshops, the word discovery needs to go away because it also is the portal to express your why. So can you make a note to have Lonnie change this to Welcome to the Y Workshops?
Welcome to
The why workshop. Okay,
Workshops, both, just in case.
workshops. Okay.
Because now we're assuming that we've already been through the Discover Your Why workshop. We've done all of that. And now we're going to jump into the Express Your Why workshop. So all this is already complete. All the why walls, the why reports, the why message, all of that is done. And so we're going to initiate this by saying, hey, just want to take a moment to welcome everybody to the Express Your Why workshop. It's fantastic working with all of you in the Discover Your Why workshop a couple of weeks ago. That was great. Who here has something to share about what they've discovered recently about knowing their why? That's fantastic. Who else? Who wants to share a victory, something that came up, something that you learned, something that was a revelation, an aha moment about discovering your why? Great. Who else? Who else wants to add something? How about something funny? Anybody got something funny that happened as a result of discovering your why? Nice. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Now let's just jump into, we're going to jump into the Express Your Why workshop. And the Express Your Why workshop is designed to set up a series of tools, a suite of messaging and branding and marketing that will help you express your why to the world so that we attract people that believe what we believe. We don't want people that need what we have. We want those that believe what we believe, that become ideal clients and advocates and raving fans for our business. So we're going to jump right in there, and the first thing we're going to do is work on our why vision. So your vision, the why vision, is a picture of a better world that your product or service makes possible. Okay, so to do this, we have to know a little bit about Becca's awesomeness. So team, who wants to throw some ideas at what Becca's awesomeness does? Becca, you can go first since it's your company. What do you guys do?
Well, following with the workshop, we create drinking water and bring drinking water to remote areas.
We bring drinking water to remote areas. Okay, so if we're looking now at our portal, we want to see. Do you guys see the portal?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So your why vision is a picture of a better world that your product, drinking water to remote areas of the world, makes possible. Captivating visions inspire investors, employees, and customers, and they inspire people to become evangelists. Obviously, especially with Becca's awesomeness and bringing potable water to remote areas, that would be really great to have some more evangelists that support your cause. An inspiring vision meets 3 criteria. It is specific, concise, and consistent. So we want to state your vision in 12 words or less. What is the essence of your product? What does it do to make the world a better place, expressed in easy to understand language? So for the purpose of this training, we actually have to go through the exercise. We have to do the work. So let's do the work and see what we come up with, and you're going to see that even in the absence of a real company, it's going to be pretty remarkable what we come up with in a matter of 90 minutes or so. So everybody take a minute and write down how Becca's awesomeness, based on the product being delivering water, drinking water, cleaning water, healthy water to remote areas of the world, how does that product make the world a better place in 12 words or less? You have 3 minutes to give it a shot. I have my trusty iPhone timer right here. Give it a crack for 3 minutes, please.
Hey, Christy,
Yes.
you need to mute your microphone.
Okay.
You know how to do that?
No. What are you hearing anyway? Because there's nothing going on here.
Yeah, every time you move or shuffle a piece of paper, your picture pops up.
Okay.
So if you
Sorry
hover
about
over
that.
the screen up top, there's a mute.
Okay, how do you make the world a better place? Three minutes.
So originally, we're actually doing that now?
Yep.
This is live, but we're not inside that portal doing it.
No, you got to do it on a piece of paper, and then we're going to import it into the portal.
You-
Sorry, Jim, I should have mentioned that. Just take a. Now, obviously, if you were doing a workshop, every should pack all of the tools along with the Express Your Why workshop in front of them right now. So just get a blank piece of paper. One minute. You guys need more time? Or are you okay?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop back into the portal, and who has an idea? Give us your idea. So what would happen is if people are working in small groups, the group would have come up with an idea. If all people are working remotely, then we're going to call out. Okay, who has an idea of how what you do makes the world a better place in 12 words or less?
I've
What do
got.
you have?
We bring clean water for life and hope to the global village.
Okay, nice. Water.
I like that.
Quite good. Nice. What else?
We decrease health costs by increasing a sense of control over lives, and we add hope.
I have, we quench the world's thirst 1 liter at a time.
Okay. And we're going to talk about these in just a second. Anybody else?
This is Jim. We make the world a better place by bringing water to rural areas and empowering people to find solutions. We also evangelize to the broader public about this issue.
Okay, you got to have 12 words or less.
Oh, sorry.
So we make the world a better place by what?
We empower people to find solutions.
Okay. Anyone else? You don't have to if you don't want to, but just if you do. Anybody?
This is Becca. We expand the fullness of life
We expand what? Sorry?
and inspire
Mm-hmm.
the fullness of life
Okay.
by bringing clean water to remote regions.
Okay. Any more? Or are we good for now?
I have one other.
Okay.
We make what is essential to life available so people thrive and inspire the world.
Okay, is that 12 words or less?
You could put water. We make water. We make. No, it may
So
be.
tell me, give it to me again.
Okay. In making water available, people thrive and can inspire the world.
Okay, so let's talk about these. And again, here's what is to me paramount, that the client feels good about what we come up with. Now here's a bunch of kind of nuances and subtleties about a vision or a why vision. And there are a bunch of these that flat out don't work. And I'm going to share with you why they don't work so that we can learn about this together. It's how does what you do make the world a better place in 12 words or less that is super easy to understand? It's 6th grade English. It is not a double thought pattern. It is straightforward, 1, 2, 3. So, for example, oh, the dolphins are coming to see you guys. Okay, the dolphins are hanging out just saying hello to everybody. Just want to let you know. Very nice. So here are a couple that are that have an issue, a particular type of an issue. And I'm just going to bring up the ones that have a particular type of an issue and explain what the issue is. When we empower people to find solutions. Okay, that sounds good. It even feels good, but it really doesn't tell me anything about what we do. In other words, it's too vanilla. It's too middle of the road. When we talk about we expand and inspire the fullness of life by bringing water to remote regions. Wait, how is the connection of expanding the fullness of life coming from the water? There's a big jump that has to happen there that is not tight enough. So we could work with we expand and inspire the fullness of life and tighten that up. As it is, it doesn't work. We make water available so people thrive and can inspire the world. Again, same problem of expand and inspire fullness of life by bringing clean water. The jump is too big. It's got to be tighter. Salesforce, it's the end of software. Google, we provide access to the world's information in one click. Starbucks, we provide a third place between work and home. It's very clear, very tight. So we bring clean water for life and hope to the global village is a lot tighter, much tighter. We decrease health costs by increasing a sense of control, too vague. A sense of control over what? How are we decreasing health costs by giving more control, and where's the water piece? Or where is, in other words, it's not directly on the point. Mm-hmm. We quench the world's thirst 1 liter at a time is actually tighter, much tighter. So I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move some of these around so we can play with them a little bit. So take this here. Don't do that. Go like that. There were 6, right? Nope. Okay, we're going to add that other one back. One. Can you guys see that the first 2 that I have at the top of the screen are much tighter than the others? Does everybody see that? Does anybody not see that?
Yeah.
So when we're trying to find a why vision, we're trying to give them like a little mantra that they can hang their hat on. So with that in mind, what suggestions could anybody make to any of these 6 so far that would make them tighter and more on point? That's so they sound like we help everyday people have great teeth and a better life.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the second one, we quench the world's thirst 1 liter at a time. That's just very punchy and, you know.
Yeah. Now,
It says it for me.
and I agree. These top two words. You guys do me a favor. When you finish, please mute your mic out and then mute yourself so we don't have an echo. Is that cool? Thank you. On these top 2, we bring clean water for life and hope to the global village. I like that. We quench the world's thirst 1 liter at a time is even tighter. So in certain ways, I like number 2, like you do, Michael. Now the question would be, is that broad enough for the client? So if I'm working with Becca's awesomeness, I'm going to say, Becca, does it bug you the fact that there's no touching on the hope that you bring here, or the fact that you're improving people's lives? Is it enough to just quench the thirst? How do you feel about that?
So if we were to think about if the why of the company was to contribute, or with mine to make sense, inspiration would be important. So putting a little bit more emotion in that would be helpful, I think.
Mm-hmm. And what could that look like? So anybody, jump in. Again, the way we make this about them is by involving them in every step of the process, which is why this ends up being 6 to 8 hours.
Could we just change the top one and take off to the global village and just put life and hope to the world?
Okay, let's look at that.
I don't think it sounds as contributing that way, but
Clean water.
This is Chris. Maybe we should say we quench the world's thirst for clean water 1 liter at a time. Because we quench the world's thirst 1 liter at a time, there's no mention of clean water. It could be we deliver Diet Coke.
Yeah, although we provide a third place between work and home, doesn't talk about coffee, right?
No, it's true. That's right.
So what does anybody else think? I can tell you that here's what makes this hard. What makes this hard for us as coaches and facilitators is trying to be master copywriters. What makes this easy is involving the client over and over and over. So what do you think, Becca? You think there's enough there? What do you think, Susie? What do you think, Michael? What do you think, Jim? What do you think, Christy? Constantly going back to the client, calling them out and asking them what they think makes this easy. We are coaches and facilitators. We are not copywriters necessarily. What if we did this?
Our water delivers a river of hope. Oh.
Let's put that in there. We could even go like this. And play with it. How about this? I like our water delivers a river of hope. That's nice. Of course I like it because it keeps client, right?
I guess you could say a river of hope in every bottle.
Ooh.
That's really good. I need a little more space here. Wow. So I'm just going to drag the box down.
Ridgely, the question I have about this particular exercise is it's called your why vision,
Mm-hmm.
but the prompt is how your what makes the world a better place. But then in the exercise, it feels more like we're trying to write taglines rather than vision statements.
Well, what you'll see is this, the thing that's very interesting about the Express Your Why workshop is it really does build on itself. Because we can leave a lot of these up here and circle back to it. Taglines are hard. That's why they're at the end. To get a really good tagline done, oh man, it's a bear. So we want to have a lot of things to draw from by the time we get to taglines. Taglines is I need 2 words, 3 words, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, and that's hard. So here you can be a little bit more free-flowing. I mean, so good, very good point, Jim. It's similar. It's just there's a lot more flexibility here.
And then just to work out the syntax you're going for, the one I did, we empower people to find solutions. I just want to make sure I understand the context for what we're doing today. Becca's Awesomeness is a fictitious company.
Yes.
And it does some kind of water relief in rural areas?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So,
so that could be...
And I don't know what Becca's Awesomeness does, but to take mine down to more like an 11th grade or 8th grade level, I would say we help people get clean water. We help people fix their water problems. We help people get water they need to have healthy, happy lives.
Okay, let's just, as you guys can see, we've got a lot of stuff going on. We don't have to settle on a final yet. We can circle back. Does anybody want to add any more to this right now? And again, if I'm working with the client, remember, one of the things, some of these exercises, because it's us and we're working together, are going to be easier. Most of them are going to be a lot harder because the people coming in that are working with us, they're very clear on what they do. They're just trying to figure out how to make it, how to express it in a vision-like statement. That's what they don't know how to do. So we provide potable water to remote regions of the world. Really doesn't say much about us. It's just a little place for us to create a training space with a dummy company. But most companies really do know what they do, so this is going to be a lot tighter. So for me, I would say let's just pick one for now that we like. And move on to the next one, unless you guys have questions about this exercise.
It strikes me that what you're wanting to do is involve people to help shape, give examples that help shape what they're doing, like the examples you gave with Google and Starbucks. And then you're keep coming back to them and pulling more out of them.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's exactly what we're doing, because that's where the authenticity comes from, and everything we're about when it comes to the why is about being genuine, real, and authentic. And if we can create authentic messaging based on where they are, they will love this message. So, any other questions on this before we move on.
Yeah, this is Jim. Becca, I'm going to suggest that we keep track of the time amounts we should be allocating to each of these exercises, because it's real easy to get caught up in working an exercise and you look up and you're like, oh crap, we're 50 minutes into something that was supposed to take 20 minutes. And I know that comes with time, but we have a lot of different modules, so just to kind of block time for how much each section should take would be really helpful.
Okay. Ridgely, do you want to speak to that for a moment?
Yeah, so, we have, what we're looking to accomplish is that there are the vision, the who, and the wants, elevator pitch, we believe, tagline, creed. There are 7 sections. We have approximately 6 hours. So it's almost like you can kind of figure you've got about an hour because you're going to pick something up here or there. So, I wouldn't overstress guys on this, because, like I said, you've got 6 hours to deliver the entire Express Your Why workshop, and you only have 7 things, and some of them can move a lot quicker. Like the business who and wants goes quicker. We believe take longer. Taglines are hard. Pulling it all together in a creed is easy. So I would figure about 45 to 50 minutes each.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so I just went with something generic. So we're just going to leave that for now. And again, the whole key down here is that for me, this works when it works for the client. Right? When the client feels really great about it, that's cool. So let's move on. Now this becomes a lot easier for all of us. Okay, business who? We want to attract those that believe what you believe, and we need to know who they are. So we're going to work through this questionnaire to figure out who they are. So, is our avatar for Becca's awesomeness male or female?
I think it would be both.
Good. Easy. Are they single, married, divorced?
They're more likely to be married.
Now, let's think about this for a second. Who, when we're talking, and this is what you're going to run into this all the time, the avatar for Becca's awesomeness is not the end line user. Is everybody with me on this? Necessarily. The avatar is who is going to purchase the water for the end line user. Who is providing what Becca's awesomeness makes for the end line user? Can you see that let's just pick a country that is dear to our heart, because of Gertrude, we'll pick Zimbabwe. Can you see that the small family in Zimbabwe is not our avatar? Does everybody get that? Anybody unclear? The avatar is who is going to bring that water to that family in Africa. So we have to think in creating the avatar, who are we speaking to? We're not marketing the water directly to people who are getting it through some charitable space or whatever for free. We're marketing our messaging, our avatar. We need to find our client, the person who's buying our water, is not the end user here. So based on the company that we created, now we have to think about who are we talking to? So male or female. Marital status, and by the way, some of these may not apply. Marital status to our avatar. What do you guys think?
Based on the description you gave, it's that's less important. What you're really speaking about, are we focusing on a government entity or NGOs, non-government organizations? So they're usually going to be people that are successful, that are heading up organizations.
Right. Now we're getting closer. Okay. So is that person single, married, or divorced, or doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. How old do we think they are? 15 to 25?
No.
26 to 35?
No.
Exactly. See, now we start honing in. Are they 66 and above?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. So where do they generally fit, you think?
46 to 55.
Yeah, that's probably the target. Some a little older, some a little younger, or not really?
It's sort of like who ends up being head of non-government organizations. They're usually people who have who are contributors, who have honed their craft, and they're in a position of leadership, and that usually takes a while.
Exactly. So shall we go there?
But I think you've got, I actually think it would be anyone from 36 to 65.
Yes.
Perfect. There we go. That sounds about right to me. Do we think that our avatar has an income demographic that's important?
I don't know if their income demographic is particularly relevant for this exercise, but I can be persuaded otherwise.
Well, I think what's important is not so much their income, but what's the budget of their organization.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So let's not focus on that for now. Education. What is their education level? For the most part. Obviously, it's not going to hit every single person, but
I would think most of these individuals running these organizations have at least a college education.
at least.
At least.
Yeah.
There might be some, primarily yes.
Yep. Okay. Ethnicity, does it matter? All of the above. Other ethnic. What do we think?
I don't know that it matters unless Becca's Awesomeness had a particular, cultural orientation in terms of who we were trying to reach, which I don't. From everything we've talked about so far, we haven't articulated that. So I don't know that it makes a difference that about our avatar's ethnicity.
Okay. Becca, do you have a particular orientation?
Put you on the spot, Becca, but
No.
Okay. So go with does not matter. Perfect. Where do we find these people that are going to help us bring Becca's Awesomeness all around the world?
There's a lot of them in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
You find them in three places. You find them in centers of decision-making and power like Washington, D.C. You find them on the front line because they're often people who are attracted to making a difference, and they might be out doing surveys in Africa or Southeast Asia or remote parts of South America. And the last one is that they're government agencies within each country that you're wanting to talk to. You might also be doing things like partnering with the Peace Corps, or you might be partnering, setting a clear intent to partner with people that are already have a similar mission.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you see how, as we're going through this, you're going to see that this builds on itself, and it's super powerful, guys. I mean, you've seen, Gary and the team do it. When you do this, it organically gains strength as we work through, and it's, as we like to say, it's the application of the information in the right sequence that gives us a great result. So now we're starting to really hone in on this person, on these people. And remember, again, this is a fictitious company. When you're working with a real company, they know a lot more about their people. Okay, what keeps them up at night?
what keeps them up at night is a fear that they're not doing enough.
Jump into. We want to hear from everybody. What else keeps them up at night? Wow. Hey, Becca.
The pain, knowing that people are suffering.
Making sure their water has the continuous quality that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
What else?
What else?
Well, that first one really hits it.
Mhm. Okay. What are their problems?
What are their problems?
Making quality contact, for that water.
What else?
What else?
Making sure that their money.
Logistics.
One more time, please.
Where can they have the most and best impact?
Lack of funding.
Mm-hmm.
What are they looking for?
Low
They're
cost.
looking for
Go ahead.
they're looking for partners who believe in their cause. They're looking for somebody who understands why it's important to them.
Okay. What else?
I would think low-cost solutions that are easily implemented.
Anything else?
Anything else?
An organization they can trust when they give their money.
Spoken like a true trust
Like
guy.
a true trust guy.
Yeah, hey.
If you guys will notice something, most of the answers that different people are coming up with relate to their why.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important. That's why we, as facilitators, have to tease out of the quiet people. So if we notice, oh, Christy hasn't said anything in a while, I'd be saying something like, Christy, what causes them to buy your product? Or if I haven't heard from Beth, I'd say, Beth, what caused them to buy your product? Because I know that everybody sees the world through their why. So when Terry is talking, he's going to be talking about people believing and inspiration. Somebody else is going to come in, I'm a Make Sense guy, and they're going to talk about low-cost solutions. And then Michael's going to come in and talk about an organization they can trust. Well, now we have 3 or 4 different whys happening based on each person. So we need to really tease out of the quiet ones that are in the workshop their take on it as well. So what causes them to buy your product?
The desire to do more for others.
It's congruent with their mission.
Excellent. Can we come up with a name, or do we have a name? Don't need to. It's not a requirement. What's anybody think about a name?
For the avatar?
Mm-hmm. Too much? No name necessary?
No name.
No name.
Okay, cool. And then what I'm periodically going to do is I'm always going to... Okay, well, you have one other one, Beth?
Yeah, I just have one edit on that page that you
Whoop.
just were up, and I'm not seeing the page right now, but there's just an edit of a word. I can send it later. Did you hear that?
Yeah, where it says then instead of them.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Yeah, we need to catch that. Becca, can you make a note, please? Yeah, I saw that too. Okay, are you guys hearing me okay?
Yes, sorry, I was on
Yep,
mute. Yes, I've already communicated it to Lonnie.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Okay, so periodically, after we go through one section of the exercise, if I've got the portal up on screen, obviously I'm going to circle back in person so that the trust and the connection stays in place. So I can check in with people, make sure everybody's doing okay, just get the pulse a little bit. And now say, okay, great, well, we're beginning to get a real sense of who our avatar is. Let's talk about what they want. And again, we're going to jump back in here. And where are we? I don't need that. Sorry, wrong one. I want to get in here. There we go. All right. Now, let's go to figure out what does our avatar want. So, and let's just start at the top. What motivates our avatar to buy our products and services?
What about the desire
Just
to have
simply
a positive impact in the world?
Okay. What else? How about some nuts and bolts reasons why they're motivated?
Literally, they know without clean water, you don't have a good life.
Nice. What else?
We have a great reputation for doing what we say we'll do.
The avatar's performance is based on, or is evaluated. The avatar is evaluated on their ability to get projects in the ground. Projects delivered.
Getting projects done.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. And what's the avatar looking for?
A dependability.
What else?
Someone who can work with them, i.e. flexibility.
And I would think someone that has the ability to deliver multiple projects. They're probably looking for a long-term. I mean, their desire would be, if they found the right entity, that this would be an entity that would be their go-to entity for additional projects, so that they don't have to sort of reinvent the RFP wheel.
There you go. Nice. What do they want? Now, if you'll notice, all I'm doing is asking the questions. I'm putting the onus back on the client to bring out of inside of them what they know is in there somewhere but has never really been clarified all that well. So what do they want?
To be able to sleep at night.
Okay, sleep at night.
Yep.
What else does your avatar want?
an affordable solution.
Okay. One more.
A partner.
Good partner. Okay. Now I'd like each of you to take 3 minutes and write down in the first person, you are the avatar. You now know who you are. We've been talking about this for the last half an hour, 40 minutes. What do you want? And in the first person, write down, as the avatar, I want blank, blank, and blank. I'll give you I've got my trusty timer here. I'll give you 2 minutes. Write down, please, what you want. You're the avatar. What do you want? Go. When I do this, by the way, I'll instantly turn off my screen so that I can watch people and see what they're doing. See how engaged they are. See if there's a problem anywhere, and address that if so. One minute. Okay. We're going to come back into the portal and see what we've got. All right, which is the right one that I have to. There we go. Okay. What do you want? Who wants to call out a couple of these? Go, somebody.
An integrated.
I want a. Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Beth Ann.
All right. I want an integrated solution, a systemic approach to water delivery.
Nice. What else? Who's next? Becca?
I want a passionate and trusting partnership with those who are dedicated to solving the world's clean water problems.
Okay.
A company who understands my mission and vision. A company who wants to work with me. A company who thinks globally. And a company who is solution focused.
What else?
To bring water to
I
millions.
want to sleep at night. I want to know.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that one.
I want to know I'm making.
To know I'm making a difference.
Yep.
Nice.
I want to see others have the benefits of what I've been given. I want to end suffering.
End suffering.
Yeah.
I want to be part of something great.
Who am I not hearing from? Christy?
I want a consistent product that is delivered on time pursuant to the contract we've entered into that has a wide enough margin that I can actually make a profit.
Well, there you have it.
That sound about right?
That sound about right?
What are you really trying to say, Christy?
That's pretty clear, right? What else? What else do you want?
I want to have a partner over whom I need to provide very little oversight.
I just edit them very slightly to make them tighter, cleaner as we go along. If you have that skill, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Okay, now, we put a lot of wants, and if I'm going through this workshop with somebody, with a team, I'm going to say, okay, we put up a lot of wants up there, so let's see which ones feel the most pressing to all of us. Take a moment to look at these, and then pick your top 3. Okay, great. Becca, tell me how many people have the top one, an integrated solution, a systemic approach. How many people picked that one?
3.
Okay. No, with me, 4. How many people want a passionate and trusting partnership with those dedicated to solving the world's clean water problems?
1.
Okay. A company who understands my mission and vision, a company who wants to work with me and thinks globally and is solution focused.
4.
Okay. Bring water to millions.
100%.
What's that?
5.
Okay. To know I'm making a difference and to have others get the benefits of what I have or I've been given.
3.
Okay. To end suffering.
6.
To be part of something great.
2.
A consistent product delivered on time within my margins.
1.
A partner that needs little oversight.
1. 2,
Okay.
actually. 2.
I think there's some hanging chads here.
There are some hanging chads. I didn't see that people were raising their hands, so for demo's sake, I was making it up. So they were raising their hands.
Okay. So if you'll notice, these are the top 3. Everybody see that? So I'm just going to check them, and I can circle back. Do we feel like we understand our avatar much better now?
Yes.
Yes.
That's, by the way, that's just anchoring. Good work, everybody. We feel like we understand who we're talking to? Great, because now that we understand who we're talking to, we can figure out what we want to say to them. And that's called the elevator pitch. So let's move into an elevator pitch that is really going to speak to the avatar. The elevator pitch is not designed to tell the world what you do. Its purpose is to have the person who hears it want to know more and ask for further information. The best elevator pitch asks a question that touches on a pain point and then answers it by contrasting the unique and different way that you resolve that pain point without revealing how you do it. So the person wants to know more. Here's an example of a dental practice. You know how most people are afraid to go to the dentist and even let their teeth go bad because of that fear? Well, what we do is provide a completely pain-free dental experience so that our patient get the smile they always wanted. So, what we're going to do is we are going to Why is this stuff already in here? Because I just put it in there. If you'll notice, I brought in a few of the things that we really wanted to help possibly draft the beginning of an elevator pitch. Okay, you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
So I grab the wants that are checked, and it populates into the elevator pitch to help us find the pain point. Because generally it's going to be the opposite of one of these, right? Does everybody see that?
Right.
Yeah.
In other words, it builds. We take the work from the wants, pull it in here to help find a pain point. So, let's see what we can come up with as the initial question. You know how, obviously, where this comes up is somebody says, what do you do? And your answer is, well, you know how, I'll give you a minute to come up with something that fits with what Becca's awesomeness does and hits some kind of a pain point, generally the opposite of what we're looking at right here in terms of wants. I'll give you 1 minute. Go. Remember, we're speaking only to the avatar. We don't care about the rest of the world. We don't care about people that have or need what we have. We only care about the avatar. So when you say you know how, you're speaking to the avatar and only the avatar. Everybody else doesn't matter. We're trying to create ideal clients. Okay, who's got an idea?
You know how millions of people in remote areas lack clean water? We deliver clean water to remote.
Hold on. Let's just get the top part first.
Sorry.
Okay, what else? Who else has got something?
I do.
Oh, well, I wasn't done it. I wasn't done. Oh, you just want the top part. Got it. Okay.
I've got one, Richley.
Okay.
You know how you feel when you see someone in need, but you're not sure how to help?
Okay, next. Who else got one?
You know how
Millions of people suffer each year from a lack of clean water.
Okay, what else?
you know how it's difficult to work with a company that just doesn't get what's important to you.
Anybody else?
I have one that's similar to that. Um, you know what it's like to be involved in a compassionate cause and working with a provider without heart.
Ooh.
Okay, now let's take a look at this real quick. And again, this is a delicate exercise because a little bit tougher to do in isolation, but we need to remind ourselves we're only talking to the avatar. So when you're speaking to the avatar being the leader of a nonprofit, a government agent, someone who potentially is a donor and is going to help us out, do we think that they really want, that it's going to reach them to say millions of people in remote areas lack clean water? Don't they know that already? Aren't they super clear on that one? Isn't that going to sound like a little weird if you're in their context? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that just doesn't work because it's not speaking to the avatar. It's talking more about the problem of the end line user. This one is out. Same thing here. Millions of people suffer each year from a lack of clean water. Same problem. We're not talking to the avatar. What about this one? You know how you feel when you see someone in need but are not sure how to help. Now that's very provocative. Can we agree that that's kind of an open-ended provocativeness? You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, it's open-ended provocative. Is it specific enough? So, again, what we're trying to do with an elevator pitch is just get their interest. So, here's one we might consider. You know how most NGOs have great ideas and poor follow-through? All I'm looking for is for somebody to say, yep. Again, we want to target the avatar, and the avatar in this case is the head of a nonprofit, the head of a government agency, someone who can buy our product in a big way. Okay, let's go to the bottom. Well, what we do is, again, come up with a solution without revealing the how. The solution to the problem without revealing the how.
I have one that went for that first one of you feel when you see someone in need but are not sure how to help.
Okay?
Okay.
We bring life and hope to millions every day.
Okay?
Okay.
I'll give you guys a minute. Just take time. I didn't go this far. I didn't go to the second half, so I'm going to do it now too. See what we come up with. Okay, who's got one?
We create partnerships that deliver on your promises.
That's excellent. see how good that is? This is really good. It hits the avatar right where they want to be hit. That deliver on your promises. Who's not going to ask, how do you do that? And engage in a conversation. That's really good, Jerry. What else? Mine was actually similar. I'm going to put it up. I like Terry's better than mine. Anybody else? Christy? Beth? Chris?
Yeah, I just had a question when it said in there without revealing your method. I thought that was that shouldn't be in that phrase. Is that incorrect?
Good question. There's no incorrect questions. We don't talk about how we deliver clean water around the world efficiently.
I see. Okay.
Right? Okay, what else?
Got it.
Becca,
Yes?
can you do me a favor and pop a message to Lonnie that says we need a third box below the 2 boxes, you know how what we do is on the elevator pitch that says, how do you do that? And then the box.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So now what we would do is we would say, okay, which one do we like? What do we like that pulls it all together? So of these top 4, let's vote on these top 4. Everybody take a look at them for a second. Make sure everybody's taking a look at it. Okay. How many people like the first one? You know how you feel when you see someone in need but are not sure how to help? Becca? How many?
1.
Okay. How many people like, you know it's difficult to work with a company that doesn't get what's important to you?
0.
Okay.
For this exercise where we're gathering group votes, I'm wondering what you've seen for when it's online like this. Do you have just people go around and say their number, or I'm just wondering what the best way is to actually tally the votes?
It's usually by raising hands or by having, if you have more time, people will have a big white thing up on the wall and say, okay, go to your groups and figure out which ones you think are the top 3. Give everybody 2 votes and tally them up. And people have a blast doing it because they start looking at each other, they start talking to each other, they have conversations. This is the best way that I found to do it in a virtual environment, is to have somebody be the counter and everybody else just use the old raise your hand. Again, remember, we're seldom, if ever, going to get a situation where we have 7 different parties in completely different locations. Usually people are together or it's 2 or 3 locations. Okay. How many people like, what's it like to be involved? You know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause, though working with a provider without a heart?
Let's see.
Hmm?
2 hands raised.
3.
Okay.
For some reason,
3.
I'm not showing up.
Is that 3? Okay. You know how
Thank you,
most
Terry.
NGOs have great... Sorry?
Oh, go ahead, please.
You know how most NGOs have great ideas and poor follow-through?
3.
Okay. So I'm just going to change my vote. I'm going to go to up here. I'm going to take 4. And we're going to tweak this, and I'll show you how. So
What I
we're going
noticed
to take
about
this.
that last one, Ridgely, is that if you're talking to if the avatar is the head of an NGO, they'd probably be offended by, or they could be offended by that last one.
They might be. So I'm going with this one. And then on the bottom 3, again, do the same thing. Take a moment. We're going to vote on these in just a second. Okay, cool. Becca, how many like, well, what we do is bring life and hope to millions every day.
See, 1.
Well, what we do is create partnerships that deliver on your promises.
4.
5.
Or 5.
Well, what we do is deliver clean water around the world efficiently to help our partners live their missions.
2. Michael, was your hand up?
His water was up.
His water.
Okay.
2.
So I'll take this down. Now let's see if we can tweak this a little bit. You know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause, though working with a provider without a heart? Okay, let's see if we can tighten up the language here a little bit. Make it a little bit more... you know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause. Could we say, when you need... you know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause? Though work with a provider without a heart, right?
Right.
Or though need to work. See, it's awkward.
Yeah.
How about, you know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause when your provider has no heart?
That's great.
If that's really stimulating to the NGO, if that hits them, they're simply going to say, yeah. Well, what we do is create partnerships that deliver on your promises. How? And now, message based on why. Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to say the following. And Becca, here's what we're going to do for the next month at Becca's Awesomeness. You're going to print this up on a big poster, and you're going to put it on the wall in the office. And we're going to play Elevator Pitch Month. And in Elevator Pitch Month, the game is every time you see somebody walking down the hall, you say, "What do you do?" And everyone has to answer the same way. Well, you know what it's like to be involved in a passionate cause when your provider has no heart? Yes. Well, what we do is create partnerships that deliver on your promises. And everybody's going to play that game until such time as the entire company is saying the same thing, so that all of your team members are ambassadors for your product. Does that sound good, Becca?
Sounds magnificent.
Awesome. Let's keep going because we got a lot of work left to do still. Moving on to we believe statements. We believe statements are expressions of why you do what you do. We want to keep the language simple, not use big words, not complicated words, nothing that requires thought to be understood. As much as possible, you want to think in words that create a picture for the person that hears them or reads them. So let me give you an inefficient, big, complicated one. We believe that a cohesive management structure that is aligned with each individual player will yield maximum efficiencies and greater profitability. I have no idea what that means. Here's an example of the same idea in language that is simple and clear. We believe in teamwork, and we believe in winning together. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Everybody get that?
Yeah.
So what we're going to ask you to do is do your best and have fun with it. So at Becca's Awesomeness, take a few moments, I'll give you 3 minutes, to write down what you believe. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. By the way, in a workshop, it has to be more like 7 or 8 minutes. 3 minutes, nobody does anything. So give it a crack. See what you come up with. All right. Let's see what we got here. Again, normally you'd be giving people a lot more time. Here we don't need to because we're all awesome Y coaches. So what do you got? Who has something to share?
Everyone deserves clean water. Heartfelt partnerships are the best.
One second. Okay, what else?
Michael has seen this on bumper stickers around Albuquerque. Agua la vida.
Agua what?
S-E-S. La vida.
Okay, what else?
A village, like a flower, can bloom when it's well watered.
Ice cubes and hot bubble baths.
1 second. A village like a flower.
Can bloom when it's well watered.
Okay. Ice cubes.
And hot bubble baths.
Okay. What else?
Health is the foundation for change.
Okay. More?
We believe in being part of the solution.
What else?
All people of the world should flourish.
All people of the world what?
Should flourish.
Okay. More?
We believe in equality.
Anybody else?
We believe Mother Earth is our partner.
More?
We believe everyone deserves clean water.
Got that one up top.
Sorry. We believe in win-win relationships.
Okay.
We believe where there is health, there's hope.
Okay. I want you guys to think in terms of images. Think in terms of words that when you see them or hear them, you can see the image. So here I would be showing a Harley Davidson video, for example, or a Caldwell Banker video, or one of our own videos. We would play it as an example after people have wrestled with them. You guys are already really good. So a lot of these are very, very good. What we want, I just jotted 2 down so you could see what I'm talking about. We believe that showers cleanse the body and the soul. And I'm imagining a couple of kids in an outdoor shower in Africa. We believe in the smile of a healthy child. Anybody can picture that. They can see that in their mind. Which is why we believe that focus on things like we believe in being part of the solution is vague. Hard to see what that really means unless it goes with an image. where you see two people working together diverting water into a garden or into a field to help a crop. We believe a village like a flower can bloom when well watered. Awesome. We could tweak we may be able to move the words around a little bit, but that can evoke an immediate image of a healthy village in a remote place where Becca's awesomeness provides water. So now I'm going to give you another 3 minutes. See if we can come up with a couple more that can easily evoke an image. So it could be part of a video that you could see in your mind. I'll give you 3 more minutes. Go. We have a little over 1 minute. I'm checking the pulse, seeing who's writing. This is what I'm doing as I'm doing the seminar. I'm looking at you guys on the Google Hangout, seeing people writing. I'm going, good, everybody's engaged. Awesome. If you're really good at this, as people are doing work, you can be catching up on other stuff.
Oh, Ridgely, you're not saying you actually do that.
No, I'm saying that since you guys are my inner circle super awesome team, I can share with you awesome developments because I've been doing this enough that I can multitask a little while people are doing exercises. So I will tell you that we have 20 companies confirmed for the workshop on Tuesday afternoon in New Orleans and over 400 people attending the event, Becca. Yep.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. 20 companies. They're now asking if they can put less people at tables so they can fit more tables in.
God.
So is this just an EO event?
No, it's the Chamber of Commerce of New Orleans.
So how many coaches are going?
1, 2, I think 4. Should be interesting. And I don't know, obviously the demographic of the room is not going to all be $1 million CEOs like EO is, but still, 400 people is 400 people. Oh, and have I shared with you guys our new ultra super cool technology? I don't think I have. Hold on. So, hold on, I got to share because you guys are just too cool. Okay, so I'm standing in front of the room, and I've demoed the entire portal, and they've seen the HR tool, and I'm now standing in front of the room, and I say to them, Who here wants one of these? Who here thinks this is a really cool tool? Who here thinks this will help your business? Who here would like to know how to get one for free? Pull out your phone right now and type into the number field 34570, like it's on the slide right there. And type into the text field EOY. And it will send a quick text to one of my team members who will ping you right back to get your name and your email to set up an appointment that is convenient for you to discover your why and set you up with a portal that is customized with your password that you select for security purposes. How does that sound? How many leads do you think we're going to get out of 400 business owners? It's pretty cool, right? You got to admit, that's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
And it's working, and it's tested, and it's happening. So we are happening. All right. Yes, sir.
Talk me through, so I can get a picture, of how in New Orleans the 4 coaches are, what are they going to do? So I get a picture of what I would be doing if I were there.
Okay, so again, New Orleans is a weird event, right? Because there is such a huge group on the front end. And during the time where I'm doing the keynote, which I only have 40 minutes, they'll be doing nothing. And everybody will be kind of hanging out because my job is to get as many people as possible to pick up this phone and text and set up an appointment so we can sell workshops for you guys. We'll also have cards to hand out so that if somebody doesn't have a phone they can text, they can fill out a card and our guys will call them back. During the workshop, that's a whole different story because right after the keynote speech with 400 people is the workshop that we currently have 20 companies registered. That will be a half an hour after the official lunch is over. So during the workshop, we will assign each coach to a certain area with 3 or 4 tables or 8 tables, however many it works out to be, that will help each of these teams that showed up for the workshop do why discoveries during the first third of the workshop. Then I'll create a dummy company with some of the CEOs that are there and show them how the Why Discovery portal works, how the Discover Your Why portal works. And then in the last third of the workshop, each of our coaches will be circulating around demonstrating one tool only from all of the tools that we have available in the Express Your Why workshop. That one tool being the elevator pitch, because everybody can walk out with that. That's a really valuable tool. And so that while this is going on, I'm reinforcing the value of, at the beginning, Why Discovery, in the second piece of the Discover Your Why workshop, in the third piece of the Express Your Why workshop, and then the coaches are circulating, helping those people, and the hope being obviously that we give them a little taste of Why Discovery, a little taste of Discover Your Why, a little taste of Express Your Why, and not enough of any of those that they could do it on their own. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we do our job right, the majority of the people who are there are going to say, wow, this is really awesome, and I can't do this by myself, and I need these guys to help me. Which is exactly what I would do if I was in that audience. Okay, so let's see what we came up with. Technology is working great. What else do we have? What else you guys got?
Clean water brings a smile to a young girl's face.
I'll take a little liberty with something like that when I know it can be expanded, and I'll as you see what I wrote, clean water brings smiles to children's faces.
Yeah.
Because then it's broader.
Okay, got it. And
Cool.
then
What else?
clean water nourishes life like kisses nourish love.
Nice. What else? Anybody else?
Yeah, I have two.
Okay.
Uh, the satisfied feeling of a good quenched thirst.
Okay, let's challenge that for a second. Quenched thirst is a thought-provoking thing. It causes you to think about whether I understand that word. What exactly does that mean? How could we say exactly what you say there with the satisfied feeling of a good quenched thirst? Because everybody knows what you mean. How could we say that in a much more visual fashion? Something that evokes an image, that everybody gets it.
A
When you
long,
say,
cool drink.
hmm?
The satisfied feeling of a long, cool drink.
Okay. That's better. Can you see that effect? How it's just cleaner?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just much tighter. Nice work. Okay. You said you had another one?
Yes, the smile on a child's face after a good night's sleep.
I like that, but I'm not sure what it has to do with water. And that's what I would say to the client. Okay, I like that. That sounds cute. I'm not sure if it fits in what we're doing, but it's nice. Okay, what else? Anybody else?
I have kind of a vague one.
Okay.
It just says, we believe in water that showers love. Kind
Okay, so I write that down so we can look at it and we can see that although that's kind of poetic and beautiful, I'm not sure we can use that.
I got it. Like the picture isn't clear.
Right.
Got it.
Exactly. Okay, good. Lots of good work here. Lots of good we believes. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before. We need, and I think I can get almost all of them except in water that showers love. Nobody's going to pick that one anyway because we know it's vague. There they all are. Can everybody see all of them on the screen? Starts with everyone deserves clean water, ends with a smile on a child's face. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I need your top three. Everybody take a few minutes, figure out which ones are your top three. I'm going to give you 120 seconds because this really does require paying attention. It's hard to pick the best three. It's not supposed to be easy. Pick your top three.
I'm not seeing the input screen.
Should be just all the we believe statements, Jim.
Yeah, I'm seeing you, just so I understand Google Hangout, I'm not seeing the portal.
You're not? What's anybody else seeing?
I'm seeing the portal.
I'm seeing the portal.
Jim,
You have a weird place that you're hanging out in, Jim.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Maybe no, it went away again.
Could be your screensaver.
Hey, Jim, click on Ridgely. And there should be a white box around his name when you click on it.
Yeah.
That brings up.
That should bring up the portal.
Yeah, it did. Thanks.
I don't know about you guys. I'm having a hard time picking just 3. You guys get this? I mean, there's a lot of good ones here. Anybody else? We got 2. All right. Again, we're operating at a speed that is much faster than you would do this normally. Again, I'm going to read down from top to bottom. Becca, please let me know the numbers. We believe everyone deserves clean water. How many had that one?
0.
Okay. We believe that heartfelt partnerships are the best.
3.
We believe in being part of the solution.
0.
Okay, we believe agua es la vida, we can't use it because it's a foreign language, and that does not, even though many people will understand that, there's too many people that get shut out for that. We believe a village like a flower can bloom when well watered.
4.
We believe all people of the world should flourish.
1.
We believe in ice cubes and hot bubble baths.
0.
We believe health is the foundation of change.
3.
We believe in equality.
No,
1. Oh, 0.
Okay. We believe Mother Earth is our partner.
2.
We believe in win-win relationships.
0.
We believe showers cleanse the body and the soul.
1.
We believe that where there is health, there is hope.
3.
We believe in the smile of a healthy child.
1.
We believe clean water brings smiles to children's faces.
1. Actually, 2.
Okay.
4. There were 4.
Oh, I missed the feed. Thank you.
We believe clean water nourishes life like kisses nourish love.
I see 3.
We believe in the satisfied feeling of a good quenched thirst.
1.
We believe in the satisfaction of a long, cool drink.
1.
We believe in the smile on a child's face after a good night's sleep.
0.
We believe in water that showers love.
0.
Okay, excellent. We have lots of we believes. We're going to circle back to that in just a minute, but first we're going to move on to taglines. The we believes all come into play when we put it all together in our creed in just a little while. So, what is a tagline? A tagline is a clear and concise expression of the benefits that you offer. While challenging to nail down, it's kind of fun if you let your creativity go a little crazy and go wild. Think of your why, what it represents. Think of how you bring it to life, then distill it down to a few words. The general benefit that the world receives. Here are a couple of examples. Here's the why of think differently and challenge the status quo. Different thinking, better results. Here's one based on the why of finding a better way. Always moving forward. Here's why of contribute. Adding value daily. So think of our organization, Becca's awesomeness, and let's see what kind of taglines we can come up with. Taglines are perhaps the hardest thing to do in the entire Express Your Why workshop, so I encourage everybody to not think of it that way, but just have a good time. Have some fun. I'll give you 3 minutes to come up with a couple of versions, and we'll see what everybody comes up with. Go. All right.
Hmm.
1 minute. Can we all agree that this is hard? That's why I just want to take a moment to A, acknowledge that, and B, remind us that what we're doing is we're trying to help them come up with something. So we're not the ones, the pressure is not on us to be a copywriter. The pressure is on us to help facilitate bringing out of the client something that feels great to them that we might revisit later. So let's go in here and see what we got. All right, who has any ideas? Again, and if I were running this as a workshop, people would be working in little teams. I'd say, okay, group A, what do you got? Group B, what do you got? Group C. We're going to come up, we'll write all the ideas down here, and eventually we're going to come up with a business tagline at the bottom. So who's got some ideas? Just call them out. Anybody?
Clean water grows health and hope.
Clean water does what, sorry?
Grows hope and health.
Okay, what else?
Hope in a bottle. No, I'm sorry, life in a bottle, not hope.
Life in a bottle?
Life in a bottle.
Clever, I like it. Who else? Come on, I know you got more.
I actually did have hope in a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we steal from another company?
Of course.
Good. So conserve water, drink beer.
True.
All right. Okay. So actually, I really do have one. Clean water, period, for life, period.
That's pretty clever. I like it. What else?
Clean water, long life.
Anybody else? Okay.
Clean water, a right.
Okay, so when I'm working with a team, at this point I'd say, okay, we're going to vote, guys. And by this time you probably have, you know, if you're working with a team and everybody's jotting them down, banging them out, probably 10, 15 of these. Do the same thing. Pick your top 3. So let's just see what happens when we do it. You got 3 you can pick. And then we'll see if there's some commonality here. I'll give you 1 minute. Take a look. Okay, here we go. Who likes clean water grows hope and health?
You know what? My screens are frozen.
There are.
You guys want to move around for a moment so I can maybe see?
Is this moving?
You're moving.
Becca,
Oh,
my screen
there we
has
go. I
been
see you
frozen
moving.
for a while.
Okay.
Okay, you guys see that now?
You're coming through really clearly, Richly. It's just everybody's images at the bottom that are frozen.
Oh,
I've had that problem for a few minutes.
okay.
So maybe people could just say me.
Okay, who likes clean water grows hope and health? Nobody? Okay. Life in a bottle. Anyone? Okay. Hope in a bottle. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Anybody
I like
else?
it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Clean water for life.
Yes.
Yes.
Very clever.
Yes.
I do too. Clean water, long life.
Yep.
Okay. Clean water, a right. Okay. Clean water, happy planet. Clean water, healthy children. We water the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
So it looks like we have,
Ridgely, I have a tie break for you. I voted for clean water, long life, and I moved that vote to clean water for life.
Okay. Okay. So now we can see we've got a couple that are really popular. Hope in a Bottle, Clean Water for Life. So we'll leave those two for now, and we'll circle back on that in a minute. Nice work. We're going to put them both down here as the final candidates. You guys see how fast I just moved those down? Cut, paste, done. So now let's pull it all together in our creed. The why creed is going to help us lead with a why in a clear statement. 7 or 8 we believes, the tagline, and a call to action. And we're going to pull it all together from all the work that we've done. Nice work. Look at all the work we've done. Pretty awesome. So, we have a bunch here. Look at that. All right. Cut, paste, pop it in. First thing I'm going to do is clean this up. By the way, the technology is being cleaned up for us to make this a little cleaner. In the future, it will not pull in the we believes. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Bring this all together. Now we know we need to get down to 7 or 8, so we'll do that in just a minute. Okay. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to eliminate any that have no votes at all. Tighten it up. So that one's gone. It's gone. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So what we want to do is we want to look at these and see, are there any that need to be combined or that basically say the same thing? Let's start with that. Anybody see any that look the same? Anyone?
The bottom two are basically the same.
For sure. So that's the easiest obvious one, right?
Yep.
So which one do we like? The satisfied feeling of a good quenched drink, the satisfaction of a long, cool drink. Is there something that's in there that's in the middle of that? Is there some variation? What would you guys like to see here? Again, I'm putting it back on the client. What feels good? What helps you evoke an image? Anybody?
The cool drink one evokes more of an image for me than a quenched thirst.
Agreed. Anybody disagree with that?
No.
Okay, good. I'll make a call. Go on. Okay. I'm looking at the smile of a healthy child and clean water brings smiles to children's faces. They look pretty similar to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
So this one has a 1, so we're out of there. Bye. See how quickly we can weed this down a little bit. Then we can start combining to get it down to 7 or 8. What else might go together? Now let's look at some combining now. What could go together to form just one?
The everyone deserves clean water, and all people of the world should flourish feels similar.
Yeah. So let's just do that. Let's just take this and put it right here for a second. Okay? But this is literally the process, guys. It's a simple move them together. You don't have to overthink it. What else? I can tell you that certain things can't happen. You can't have 3 clean waters. You can't have multiple health. So those kinds of things need to be tightened up a little bit. What else?
Health is the foundation of change. With where there's health, there's hope. Those could be combined. Health is the foundation of change, bringing hope or something. Those two could.
So let's look at that. Where there's health, there is hope. Foundation of change.
Health brings hope and is the foundation of change.
I was hoping somebody would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now this is gone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still a little too long. Got to get rid of at least one more, and then we'll organize them in a sequence that we like.
Ridgely, how about where we talk about heartfelt partnerships with Mother Earth as our partner, maybe combining those somehow?
Yeah, totally. And it looks like this. Right? Okay, now we're down to 8. We do have some cleaning up to do because we can't do clean water, and clean water up here.
You could just simply combine those two. Clean water nourishes, like kisses, bringing smiles to children's faces.
You want a few long ones, a few short ones. Guys see how I just did it?
Yep.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pull in the taglines. And we're going to organize this. So we're going to go like this.
You got to see this.
I'm just throwing Becca's Y in there. Now let's look at the order. We want to have something that warms people up and it builds. So what order do we like these to be in? What do you think should be first after the why statement? What do you guys think? I'll tell you another trick in a minute if somebody would answer me.
Seems like the bottom one, the long cool drink, is a very simple one.
Right, so it definitely
begin
doesn't want to
with
go
that.
there at the end.
Right.
Okay, let's pick the last one. That's a trick. When you get stuck on the first one, pick the last one. Which do you want to end on before we say tagline, and then down here, call to action?
I almost feel like the first one, the first shall be last. I almost feel like everyone deserves clean water maybe is the summation.
Okay, that's a definite possibility. That's one. I have one other that I think is a good one.
I'd say the third one, bringing hope and foundation of change, could be a bigger one.
Right. So now here's what's interesting, right? Look at these. If you look at the two taglines, one has hope in a bottle, one has clean water for life. So if we ended on we believe health brings hope and is the foundation of change, we would want to say Becca's awesomeness, hope in a bottle. Right?
Right.
Whereas if we went with we believe everyone deserves clean water and that all people of the world should flourish, the tagline should be Becca's awesomeness, clean water for life. You guys see that?
Yep.
So depending on how you organize things, it's going to help us pick the tagline that is most appropriate. Kind of cool, right?
Yep.
Very cool.
I mean, and again, I really want to stress, what we did was a process. This has taken 2 hours. Normally you'd be doing this over a course of 6 hours, but believe me, it builds on itself. It's the application of the information in sequence that yields the big results. So, how many people like we believe everyone deserves clean water to be last? Raise your hand. How many you got, Beck?
I don't see anyone.
Okay. If you think that we believe everyone deserves clean water, say yes. There's me. Okay. Who thinks we believe health brings hope should be the last statement?
I do.
I do.
1, 2.
Yep. Looks like everyone.
Okay, perfect. So let's just take it down. Go like that. Move it down. Boom. Now we're going to take this out. There. And now let's see. Now let's see if we like the order of the other ones.
Ridgely, when you talk about like the order, what is it that you're looking for with the order? Is it something building on something else? Is it logical? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for it to be like a dance that makes you feel good when you hear it, that has a cadence that makes sense. So, for example, this really works. We believe that clean water brings smiles to children's faces and nourishes life like kisses nourish love. Long, followed by, we believe in the satisfaction of a long, cool drink. Short, good. See that?
Yeah.
So there's a cadence. You kind of want to you have to hear it in your brain, which is why in a second. Okay, so what I would do if I was running the workshop is I would say, let's do this. Let's read this out loud and see what it sounds like. One second. Okay, so let's listen out loud. We believe in making sense of the world's challenges. We believe everyone deserves clean water and that all people of the world should flourish. We believe that a village, like a flower, blooms when well watered. We believe that Mother Earth is our partner and that heartfelt partnerships are the best. We believe that showers cleanse the body and the soul. We believe that clean water brings smiles to children's faces and nourishes life like kisses nourish love. We believe in the satisfaction of a long, cool drink. We believe health brings hope and is the foundation of change. Becca's awesomeness, hope in a bottle. Call us. We look forward to serving you. Any thoughts on that order?
The long.
We've had a thing in the past where you did the reveal by asking everybody to close their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this that reveal?
Yeah.
And then I thought there was another way where you asked the business owner to read it.
Yeah, that's a good way too.
Okay, so they're both good ways.
Yeah, they're generally speaking, if I'm doing it because Ridgely does voiceovers, you know, I know that I can crush it, right? So I'll cheat. If you're good at reading, do it yourself. If it's not your thing, get the owner to do it. But that sounds really good, doesn't it?
It does.
Now we say, what do we need to tweak? Is there anything we need to tweak here a little bit?
The satisfaction of a long, cool drink, I'd put that up higher. It's a very simple one. And break up some of the longer ones.
Okay. So if we bring that up higher,
make it like the third one, maybe.
Hmm?
Maybe the third one.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to change? Okay, so here what I would do is I would say, okay, now I want you guys to think in images, think in pictures. The best way to do that is to sit back and listen and close your eyes and see if you can visualize the movie in your mind as I'm reading it. Everybody ready? Great. Close your eyes. We believe in making sense of the world's challenges. We believe everyone deserves clean water and that all people of the world should flourish. We believe that a village, like a flower, blooms when well watered. We believe in the satisfaction of a long, cool drink. We believe that Mother Earth is our partner and that heartfelt partnerships are the best. We believe that showers cleanse the body and the soul. We believe that clean water brings smiles to children's faces and nourishes life like kisses nourish love. We believe health brings hope and is the foundation of change. Becca's awesomeness, hope in a bottle. Call us. We deliver on your promises. How does that feel, Becca?
Perfect. Awesomeness.
See, even in an environment where we are a mock company, it still feels great. And I'm telling you, at this point, when you do this with a client, they are high-fiving, doing the funky chicken, giving you a hug, won't leave you alone, and think you're like the most awesome thing since sliced bread was invented. It is.
I like it so much I want to do a video of it.
What questions do you guys have for me?
Ridgely, I missed one thing, the call us, we deliver on your promises. Where did you pull that from?
That was just Ridgely being clever. What I did is, sorry, I remembered that if we, you guys see my screen again?
Yes.
When we were looking at vision, was it vision? No, it wasn't part of the vision. It was when we were doing taglines. Where was it?
There's the wants.
It was in the wants. I remembered that Terry had come up with this great one. We deliver on the world's promises. Now I can't find it, of course. Got to be in here somewhere.
Must be under the pitch, I guess.
Or it's got to be
It's under the how, I think, is it?
under the how? Oh, okay.
Elevator pitch.
Yeah, we deliver clean water, live their missions. Where was it?
It's right there under, right there. We create partnerships that deliver on your promises. It's rated
Right,
number 6.
exactly. So I remembered that, and I said, oh, that sounds really good. I'll just pull that in. And now, by the way, you might want to spend a moment showing a team. Look what they've done.
What you've done.
Yeah. See, there's the messaging. So you can walk them through the report. You can say, okay, let's take a look at the avatar. Business who? What's general about them? What are they looking for? What do they want? You can show them the whole thing. Go to why messaging. Show them the vision, the elevator pitch, the tagline. You can see, Becca, now you can deploy this in your company immediately because it's all there, ready for you to use. There's your elevator pitch for you to blow up and put on a poster on the wall. Get everybody saying the same thing. And then, of course, the culmination of all of the work is right there. And we would recommend that you convert this into a video. If you have a video person, great. If you'd like some help with that, we have a fantastic video team that can make it happen for you. Would that be interesting to you?
Very much so.
Yeah, right. There you go. All right, more questions.
Where do I send the check?
I tell you, this is so much value that we deliver to clients when they go through this process and they spend the 6 hours and they're in there with you and they're gutting it out and they walk away with all this stuff. This is stuff that they would pay many tens of thousands of dollars to a consultant for a year. And it's really, really strong. So, any other thoughts or questions from everybody? I want to try to wrap up if I can.
Part of what you want to make sure to build in is that rather than have this be optional, you want to make sure at the end that you take them back through it to remind them of what they've done.
Yeah, for sure.
Ridgely, this is Chris, a process question. Do you ever find that when you are navigating the software and doing the copying and pasting and moving stuff around, that there's a lull, that you begin to lose people or something because they're waiting for you to move stuff around? Is that ever an issue?
What I do to get, so I don't, however, I've trained myself to speak while I'm doing it. And one of the things that'll be helpful, Chris, is if while you're doing, you're saying, okay, so what we're doing here is we're just going to do a little cut and paste like this, and then we're going to do this over here, move this over around this way. Do you guys like the way this sounds? In other words, I just am continuously engaging people, making the engagement as high as I can get it. And I think if you train yourself to do that, you won't have that issue.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
My pleasure. Who else? Anybody else?
What you're doing is modeling group facilitation to the max. The underlying question is, how can I engage and involve people?
Right. That's right.
Ridgely, I totally love the process, but I'm pretty concerned about Google Hangouts. Every time we've done it, a number of people have had some degree of tech troubles.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a solution for that, but I think we just need to really make sure we have our tech buttoned down.
Actually, I do have at least an idea. One is that I think that
Terry, what's your idea?
my idea is that part of what you do is that you take Fetty or whoever is your Google Plus person, and they actually give us this is how you use it. These are areas that you need to attend to. This is how you solve potential problems. Beth and I were talking about that the other day, and we realized that there are certain people who know Google Hangouts, and there are others who are novices, myself being one of them. But that again, Fetty seems to understand it, and part of the training is that here's how you set up Google, this is what you do, etc. Would that answer it, Jim?
Partly. I think Google Hangouts is highly dependent on high-speed bandwidth. I got burped off, and right then, just out of curiosity, I did a speed test, and I had 14 megabytes per second, which is more than adequate. And there were other times where Becca was doing the hand raise count, but a lot of the screens were frozen. So I totally agree. We need a good training on it, but I would need to feel more confident that Google Hangouts is the way to go to make this work.
So let me address that, because obviously we've played with a lot of different technologies. You have Zoom as a possibility. You have Skype as a possibility. Google Hangouts is a possibility. And one of the things that I will tell you is that the best technology is that the one your client already uses.
That's a good line.
Because whatever the client uses already is the one that they're used to that's going to cause the least amount of problems. And that's what I did. Like, I found out that in Australia, Zoom works really well. So when I'm on the phone with Australia, I use Zoom. I like Google Hangouts because I think it's very versatile, but I've done entire workshops on Skype where, I was looking at the people the whole time and had a second screen where I was in the portal. So that's another option. I think technology is a concern, and I've done workshops where I had only GoToWebinar. In other words, where I couldn't see the people, they couldn't see me. It was just voice communication and going back and forth. So just to let you know, all options are possible, and I just think the best thing to do is do whatever the client uses.
Cool.
Other questions? All right. I'm going to call this officially over. Fede, if you could kill the live feed, and we've got our training done on Express Your Why for now. Fede?
I'm hearing you. I was just muted out. Okay.